Hey guys, me again, Pro Daddy Adventures. On this video, I wanted to show how you can make your rod and your reel outlast you. So sometimes you don't have the money to buy an expensive reel like a pen reel or a pen fishing rod or Shimano brand or the high-end fishing rods, and you're shopping on a budget. So today I'm going to show you how to make an inexpensive fishing rod last you several years. So first off, I have my two-piece. It's a Black Beauty South Bend medium heavy action spinning rod. It's a 7-foot two-piece medium heavy action spinning rod, and the line weight 10 to 25 pound, lower weight ½ ounce to 3 ounces. So that's the specifications on my Black Beauty South Bend spinning rod. So in addition to showing you how to make your reel and your rod outlast you, I'm going to show you how to also clean your spinning reel. So first off, I like to use an epoxy. This is just one of many brands. It's very good. I've been using this for the last I would say approximately 10 years or so. There's a steel. This is the steel component. It's an epoxy steel resin, and there's a hardener. So any two-part epoxy resin and hardener will do just fine. So you mix these two together. You use a matchstick or a paper clip or something to apply onto the guides of the reel. As you can see, I usually like to apply them around where the guides are fastened onto the rod, like this. I know it looks a bit messy, but trust me, it's the strength that counts. You can sandpaper it if you like when it's hard, which takes approximately 24 hours. But for me, looks don't matter. So I apply this around the areas where the guides are attached to the rod. Also, I apply them to the very tip to reinforce this entire part, which tends to break very easily. And I also attached it, if you can see, let me see on this one, around the eyes. Let's see if you can focus. Maybe that's better. Around the eyes, the ceramic guides, the bottom and the top as well. So I do this on all the guides, as you can see. Also where the bottom part inserts into the top part of the rod, I also like to pass some of that epoxy around it to reinforce it. I have had this rod, I would say, let me show you the bottom piece and the bottom guide, every single guide all around here, as you can see, top and the bottom on the reverse side. I have had this fishing rod, this particular rod, for approximately 13 years. Yes, 13 years. It has never broke, it has never chipped, it has never worn out. I've been catching numerous fish on it. In my last video, I think, where I caught the 3.38 pound pompano, I use this very rod, and that's the first part of my video. So using the hardener and the epoxy, like I said before, these are just two brands I like to use. Sorry, one brand, but any hardener and epoxy will do. It will really ensure that your rod lasts for a very long time. Like I said, I've had this rod for 13 years, 13 long years, and it has stood the test of time, and it has been working very well. So that's the first part of my video. The second part is after I come from every fishing trip. Let me just remove this rod here. Right. So after I come from every fishing trip, I always clean my rod the very same night. I don't wait for the next day. I don't wait for 2 days or 3 days. I clean it the very same afternoon or the very same night. What I like to do, I hold it up like this under the water. I take a sponge or a rag with some dishwashing liquid, and I pass it all over here. I don't turn it this way because I don't want the water to go into those parts here. I keep it standing upright, water falling on the drag system or on the spool. I soak with a rag or a sponge, and then I rinse, I remove the spool, the drag screw, I remove the spool, and I set it down to dry like this overnight. So next morning when I come, the first thing I do, I get my silicone spray. This is very good. Not this particular brand, but ensure that you have a good silicone spray. I have a heavy duty silicone marine spray, as well as this one, which specifically says, let me see if I see it for you guys. Where is it? It says here, right here, you can see, lubricates and stops rust. That is very important. Lubricates and stops rust. Protects life of metal and non-metal surfaces, high dielectric characteristics, etc. But the fundamental one is lubricates and stops rust. So I take this or this one as well, and I spray all my moving parts, all my metal parts here. Inside here, I spray. I also spray the bail arm where it connects to the rotor body. I spray in here all moving parts and all metal parts. I spray this screw here. I also spray in between this joint here where this spins, so I get this lubricated. I lubricate here as well, and I turn it this way. All these screws I lubricate, and I spray also in this as well. I set this back to dry, and then when it dries completely, I come back, put on my spool, my drag system, do it a few times, smooth That sounds so wonderful. And then I attach it back onto my fishing rod and tie my rig, and I'm ready to go for the next trip. So for this video, I wanted to show you guys one, like I said in the first part, how to make your rod outlast you using the epoxy around the guides like I showed you, and also how to clean your spinning reel. Just as a reminder, do not forget a good silicone spray which stops and prevents rust. It's very important. And also any oil designed for machinery can be used on these moving parts as well. So hope you enjoyed the video, and hope it helps you to preserve your fishing rod and your fishing reel for many fishing adventures to come. So thanks again, guys. See you soon. On my next video, I want to show you the types of fishing line that I use for fishing, my main line and also my leader, and why I use those lines. But for now, see ya.